All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start up saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem HaKadosh. It's all praises to the world cause God, whose true name in the Hebrews Yahweh, by Hashem meaning in the name, Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful like preachers, word and truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah, the Great Millstone, Arizona camp, Lord will, with another video I edify. And I'm going to start off with this, get this disclaimer out of the way. Copyright disclaimer, fair use. Under Title 17, USC Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for the purposes as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So we're gonna get into this. I got some things I pulled up to tie this all together. If you brothers hang with me, you're gonna see exactly how this lesson's going, because this shit is this is a huge setup, and Jake does not even see where it's going. All right. I guess I'll start over here. I put this, right? I put on here on Grok, I said, what are the executive orders passed by the current Trump administration to help militarize the police, ICE, and remove prior oversight that was in place, while also allowing U.S. military to be deputized to police American people? Please also provide dates of these orders that were passed and explanations of the justification of these orders. And let me go down because I had to put something else on there. I wanted to have it. Now I put the dates that these orders went in effect as well. So this is what it pulled up. First executive order, protecting the American people against invasion, right? January 20th, it went into effect immediately enforced, published in federal registration on January 29th of 25, established Homeland Security Task Force in integrating ICE, right? Also Homeland Security and ICE integrated local police and military assets to dismantle smuggling networks and enforce immigration laws nationwide. Directs ICE to expand 287 G program, deputizing local state law enforcement as federal immigration officers for the arrest and detentions, removes prior Biden era limits to interior enforcement, prioritizing deportation of removable aliens without case by case reviews. Right? So basically that means they didn't have to sit here and have a case by case review. They can deport a bunch of people at one time, even if they all were deported on the wrong cause all at the same time. They would each individually have to sit here and defend against it. Now, simplified justification: border crossings are invasions by criminal cartel gangs threatening U.S. And this is what was stated as the justification by the administration. And gangs threatening U.S. safety. Full enforcement protects citizens by using all tools, including deputized local forces and any human trafficking in secure communities. Next one, January 20th, clarifying the military's role in protecting territorial integrity of the United States. Went into effect the 20th immediately. Revised the unified command plans for U.S. National Northern Command, NORTHCOM, to include military deputies in sealing the borders and repelling invasion, allow military personnel training and non-lethal assets to support DHS and ICE, right? So now the military can work with DHS and ICE, which has been policed to work at the local level, right? operation, potentially extending to interior enforcement. Right, policing at the local level requires a 90-day report on invoking the Insurrection Act for border domestic uses, bypass some of the post-Comitas Act limits by framing actions as support rather than direct policing. You see? So if you look up post-Comitas, right? What does it say? It says a body of men, typically armed, summoned. No. Let's get the whole thing. Why did it just take that part? Let's do this. Post-Comitas. I hit this. And then I'll paste this here. All right. Post-Comitas Act. The Post-Comitas Act in the United States, federal law signed into law on June 18th by President Rutherford Hayes, that limits the use of federal military personnel to enforce domestic law. So he removed that. So now the military could be used for domestic law. Right? April 28th, went in effect immediately, strengthening and unleashing America's law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent citizens, right? But remember, the prior 2 or 3 executive orders made it so that DHS, right, ICE, and the military can all be used for local ordinance. So that is the law enforcement too, right? And these people are all in your cities already. These people are all in your city. And here it is. I'm going to play this now.
Already cut off my link. And you think that you're going to go get a job? Got 7 kids with 7 daddies. Who's supposed to feed them?
Let me not get my food stamps.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, yeah, y'all not going to get that.
Still, you heard me right. Still, take what's owed to you.
So today we're diving
You see? You just heard some of it.
Struggling
said
to
still,
find
take what's
hot-selling
owed to
products
you.
for your business? Meet Axio, Alibaba.com's.
So right as all this stuff gets approved, last act went into place April. Right? Let's get this.
This one lady, guys, okay? And she said, I put it at 10,000 down, and I used to get, now they cut my Section 8 and my full stamp from 4,000, guys. 4,000 to $88.
Imagine flexing an EV.
Getting over 4,000. That's crazy to me. And you complaining? You got the nerve to complain? Girl, please.
Many states are now sending out notifications stating that they do not have the funds to issue SNAP benefits for the month of November. The federal government has already informed all states that it will not fund November's benefits. Please be careful on how you spend October's benefits because there will be no more SNAP issued until this shutdown ends.
Okay, so before I met my husband, I had my 2 boys. I raised them by myself. I applied for food stamps. They said I made too much money. I got on the Section 8 waiting list. I was on that waiting list for 7 years. Never got a call.
That right there is what real accountability sounds like.
Day whenever rent was $700-800 a month, I would.
So there you go, right? Just to get a little some of the temperature of the people, right? So as soon as all this stuff went into place, then the logistics started, right? Where it was said Trump's sending the National Guard to Florida. He's sending the National Guard to Chicago, National Guard to Washington, D.C., National Guard to, he's sending the National Guard to Washington, California, All these places where Jake is, which the National Guard, the military, along with DHS and ICE are your new localized police force. So all these people are in play, and now people don't have food stamps in a time of the year where everybody's expecting to have a big ass meal. And Jake is losing a fucking mind saying that they're gonna steal everything in sight. Saying that they're gonna steal everything in sight at the same time. Right? What does the scripture say, man? Let's get into this, man. This is let me get this. Lamentation 4, I think it is. Lamentation 4. And let's get this precept. Oh no, Sirach 9. For as man knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time when it falleth upon them suddenly. Jake doesn't know that there's a snare laid. He moved all these police into place, all his military. He passed all the laws so that the military can do localized ordinance and enforce policing. Then after that, he moved all the players around the board and had them set up. Then he tuck away the food benefits to watch you squirm and give you a justification to revolt and bug out on the street. They've been showing you they don't need warrant. They don't need to explain nothing to you. You won't be told. He said he can deport U.S. citizens, right? There's no longer a law to where you can use case study, right? If you're detained illegally, so that if anybody else has that same situation, they can just refer to that case study. No, now you will personally have to fight each one of those cases. Jake is being snared in an evil time. He don't even know it. Just like fishes, you cast a net into some water, fish don't know what the hell is going on. They don't know till that starts dragging and the water starts reducing. And that first fin gets out of the water. Now they realize, damn, that's how Jake is getting caught. All right, this is got a couple presets, man. This ain't gonna be long. Sorry I had to do that whole explanation, but it was needed. All right, this is Jeremiah 2. Jeremiah 2:14 is, oh no, that's not the one I wanted. Where is it at? I didn't get it. Okay, that's fine. All right. Scriptures talk about here it is. Isaiah 10:1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. This is a grievousness that this devil prescribed. He put everything into place. He had this was planned out, right? And then he did the right thing by taking away the food, taking away the housing, right? And now Jake is just out there. This is grievousness prescribed. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prayers and that they may rob the fatherless. You see? And what will you do in the day of visitation and the desolation, and the desolation which shall come from afar? To whom will you flee for help? And where will you leave your glory? You see? These devils prescribe this. That's the point of this whole video, is the prescription of the grievousness that's just flowing down from all this, man. This is crazy. This is I think it's Psalm 64. The one I wanted. Yeah, Psalm 64 and in 2, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Right? This was a secret counsel from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Right? Because they're painting Jacob's the face of welfare. When there's a lot of Edophukamites that are on welfare, that are getting food stamps, getting housing assistance. They're given preferential treatment and everything. And somehow Esau thinks that, as lazy as Edomites are, that these niggas are not the ones taking that preferential treatment to get social benefits. Verse 4 says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who seeth them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them. And the heart is deep. And it's really kind of a deep plan, that this is what it built into. That all those laws to deputize the military, bring in Homeland Security, basically consolidate the power between DHS, ICE, and police forcing, and pull that all together with the military, and then move all those portions around and then snatch the food away. Man, these devils are clever, man. And wickedness. But I wanted to get that together, man. Lord willing, this was like an edifying video. Shalom.